Hello everyone and welcome back to my favourite room in the house. Quick video today because I have received a couple more packages on my doorstep and it turns out I have discovered a couple of sneaky ways to get big discounts on AliExpress. This might get a little bit controversial and you might think I am a bit of a cheater, so feel free to tell me as much in the comments below. I am happy for you to let the accusations fly. But the first package that arrived was none other than the Saw Viper. Now this Saw Viper I actually bought for $34 Australian, delivered to my door from AliExpress, and the way I got it for $34 Australian, which is about $20 American, is AliExpress were running a promotion, and they run these promotions periodically where you can do certain challenges and play certain games on the app that gives you rewards. And I got to playing this game where you have to move all of these buses around to make sure they can pick up customers. It's completely mind-numbing, but you got to do something while you sit on the toilet, don't you? But I was so good at this, I got so good at this game that AliExpress awarded me a $5 voucher, which I put towards this Saw Viper, and I must admit, the Saw Viper itself is a fantastic figure. I'm really happy with him. The Saw Viper that was brought out in the vintage line, this little guy, he looked a little bit puny, don't you think? Saw Vipers, they carry these really massive rifles, but yeah, I think maybe the vintage line did the Saw Viper a little bit dirty because he looks quite skinny. So at first glance, when I got this Saw Viper, I thought, oh, he's too stocky, he's too muscular for a Saw Viper. But then I realized, hey, Saw Vipers, they probably need to be muscular. So I'm not averse to this figure sculpt at all. And look, in the comic, a certain Saw Viper became a iconic character in the comic lore because he was actually responsible for the death of a couple of G.I. Joes somewhere around that 107, 108 issue mark of the original run of A Real American Hero. Check it out if you haven't done so already. But yeah, look, that's my Saw Viper with my little Saw Viper. I got him for $34 Australian, so $20 delivered on AliExpress, which I thought was a great deal. So yesterday was Sunday here, and I was sitting on my couch minding my own business when there was a bit of a commotion at the front door, and I had a look at my camera, and lo and behold, on a Sunday, which was shocking to me, was an AliExpress delivery driver who threw another package at my doorstep, which is becoming pretty customary for those AliExpress drivers. So thank you, AliExpress, for treating my packages with utmost respect. It's kind of funny. But look, I was looking forward to receiving this package, and here it is here, because this is somewhat of an experiment for me. Last week, I was talking to my wife, and she had downloaded the AliExpress app to her phone for the very first time, and she was looking to buy some toys for our budgies, of all things. And because she had downloaded that app for the first time and never purchased from AliExpress before, she was eligible for a first-time buyer discount. And then I remembered that my great mate, Billy Boys Toys, and you can look him up on Instagram if you want to give him a follow. He's a great bloke. He had left a comment on one of my previous videos saying that he has actually started multiple AliExpress accounts so he could take advantage of the first time discount. I have a second email, so I quickly turned my computer on, I banged in my second email and created a second AliExpress account, which qualified me for the first time buyer discounts. I was amazed. Unbelievable. So like I said earlier in the video, I guess this makes me somewhat of a cheat. I have rorted the system a little bit. And feel free to tell me as much in the comments below. Get stuck into me. I'm a big boy. I can take it. But hey, it's time to open these figures, and I'm going to tell you what I paid for them, and I think you might be shocked. So let's get into it. I have my little scissors here, and I'm going to gonna just cut straight in. There is 2 figures in here, and it looks like there's a bag within a bag, which is interesting. So there's 1 bag. Oh, there's 2 bags within a bag, and there's another bag. So 2 bags ready to open from within one of the other bags. And I'll go with the little black bag first, because I reckon I know what this one is. And this was a little bit of an afterthought when I set up that second account. I sort of added this to my cart while I was searching for the other figure in this bigger bag. So we'll have a look at what's in this one. I think you might be able to guess what this is based on some of my previous videos if you've been following along. And I should say, whilst I mentioned my previous videos, if you are returning to the channel, welcome back. It's great to have you along. If you're brand new, welcome aboard. Feel free to hit that like button. Maybe even subscribe to my channel. It certainly helps get my stuff out to people just like you. But look, let's open this baggie. Just be careful to cut this bubble wrap away with my scissors. Scissors is a lot safer for Ronnie Trickshot's hands than the Stanley knife he has used in previous times. So yeah, we'll just ease this figure out of its plastic prison. Obviously, with a lot of these AliExpress figures, they are factory seconds and they don't come with boxes. You got to be careful that some of them aren't knockoffs as well. But I've had nothing but good experiences with AliExpress. And as you can see, this is another Cobra Trooper. So why did I order this? Well, I ordered this because with the first time buyer discount, I got him for a crazy $6.70 Australian delivered to my door. $6.70. That is like $4 American. Unbelievable. So if you're looking to troop build some Cobra Troopers, go to AliExpress, get yourself a new account, and buy as many as you want for a ridiculous price. And look, he seems to be in pretty good nick. I'll grab these accessories out. I have some... all the accessories are here, which is good. I think I did have one figure that rocked up without accessories at one point. So he has his lid. There is there. The eyes on this one seem to be painted on really well. So the eyes on my other figure, the first one I bought over there, they were a bit scuffed up, but hardly noticeable. So I was altogether pretty happy with him. So we'll put the helmet on. There we go. Put the lid on. The lid seems a little bit stiff, but yeah, we got him on. Easy as. And then there is the requisite gummy accessories courtesy of Hasbro / AliExpress. Thank you for that, AliExpress. I wish I had known about this first time discount before I bought that figure. So that figure in the background, I actually paid $12 Australian for delivered. This one, $6.70. It was half price. The discount, just unreal. So look, there's not much more to say about this guy except that if you get that first time discount, he is going to be super, super cheap. So I'll put him over there with my other dude. There's some other little accessories there. Put his rifle with him, and I'll kit him out later. I got that as sort of an afterthought. This was the one that I wanted to get my hands on, and we'll open that right now. Right, let's not muck around. I've got my scissors again. I'm trying not to dox myself. I haven't scribbled over the address on that other side, so I'm trying to keep it away from the camera. I might be able to do some after editing if I let it slip, but I think I'm doing a pretty good job of keeping it hidden. We'll quickly open this bag. So this figure, I had a choice of a couple of different figures, and I asked my great mate, Shark Eyes, which one I should get, and he told me to get this one because he knows his stuff, let's be honest. I'm at an advantage coming late to the classified party. I can sort of be a bit choosy about which ones I get, and I've ended up with a lot of great figures because of Adam's advice, because of the advice of a whole bunch of my friends in the community. So let's open this one up, see if we can get him out. Yep, he's in there. And this one, oh, look at this. This is General Hawk. Very cool. He is obviously a remake of the version 2 vintage General Hawk. The older bloke with the brown hair was the version 2 General Hawk. And look, I'll grab him straight out of the bag and we'll get stuck into him. So this guy, I paid $26 Australian for him. Delivered. $26 Australian delivered, which is about $15 American, thereabouts. So another great deal. Took advantage of that first time discount with my second AliExpress account. And like I said before, if you think I'm dodgy, tell me in the comments below. I'm a big boy. I can take it. But look, this figure, first impressions, very cool. Look at that face sculpt. Is really nice. Really, really nice. I love that. He's a bit stiff because he's been in the cold weather here in Australia's winter time, but he seems to stand up okay. I'm struggling to get my camera to focus, but yep, he seems to be standing up okay. And there is the little baggie that you receive with those classified figures in the boxes without the windows, which will hopefully contain all of Hawk's accessories. And look, I'm no classified expert, but I have a rough idea of what he should have come with. So let's have a look at what's in here and in what condition it might be. So just be careful to take all those little bits out, which I've done. All right, what have we got here? Well, we got a helmet. There we go. That is General Hawk's requisite gold star helmet. So I'll chuck that on his head straight away. That fits nice. No problems at all. There are a couple of little pairs of goggles. So there looks like there's one smaller pair to go around his noggin and one larger pair to go around the helmet. I might put the smaller one aside for the moment and chuck the larger pair on his helmet. Because that's the vintage look, isn't it? He has a pair of goggles on that iconic vintage helmet. Might have to just take the helmet off first. What am I doing here? Bit of a struggle. So we'll get there. I want to be sort of careful because I've seen some people do videos where these goggles have broken in the past. So I don't really want to. It is quite soft plastic. I don't really want to snap it. So I'll just be as careful as I can. All right, that looks pretty good. I'll put his helmet back on his head. There we go. It's nice. It's really nice. Focus, please, camera. There we go. Look at that. That's pretty cool. All right, and look, there's a whole bunch of accessories here. So we have a very nice looking shotgun. This is pretty cool. That's groovy enough. It's got like a little latch there. The latch doesn't move, but yeah, nice sculpt. I do enjoy that a lot. And there is this. It looks like is this a rocket propelled grenade launcher? I don't know my weapons at all. It wouldn't be rocket propelled. It would just be a. What is an RPG? A rocket propelled grenade? It is. What is this? Tell me what this is in the comments, please. After you've finished abusing me for being a cheat, tell me what this weapon is. I'd love to know. But that's a pretty cool weapon, and it's not gummy at all. It seems to be in good nick. That's all right. Yep. It didn't focus again. I do apologise. My lighting's a bit off today. This is what you get with amateur YouTubing, and then you have a couple of little pistols, which are cool as well. Very cool. So I dare say one goes in his chest holster, like so. There we go. Cool enough. And the other one goes in his hip holster down here, which is a good fit as well. So that's pretty cool. Looks like he can tote all of his weapons, which is a good job as well. So we'll put his shotgun in one hand. You got to put the trigger finger in the little hole, yeah. In the little. Oh, there we go. Trigger finger engaged. That's beautiful. There we go. So there's one gun, and the other one we'll put in this hand, maybe. Well, I don't know. Maybe I could sling it over his shoulder. That seems pretty cool. Why not? Won't make you wait around for me to figure out how to put a rifle in someone's hand. But yeah, look, pretty happy with him. Have to admit, for $26 Australian delivered and $6.70 Australian delivered, I am very, very happy. That's just about all I have time for you today. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, feel free to do that straight away. The numbers don't mean a lot, but they certainly help keep me motivated to keep bringing out videos, and also have memberships open on my channel too. I don't offer a lot of perks, but I have a lot of great mates out there that love to send me $1.50 a month because they're really generous people, and you can join that too if you like. These are the guys that have already joined up. They're all YouTube content creators as well, so make sure you check out some of those blokes after you've finished watching my video too. But look, I'll see you next time.